At the beginning of 2022, I just started lifting weights properly so that I could build more muscle and look better. And in just 3 years, I've completely transformed myself, stood on a bodybuilding stage, and built a physique that this little pleb could have only dreamed of. But what I didn't realize starting out all those years ago was that I was in one of the deadliest traps known to people when it comes to improving their physical appearance. The skinny fat trap, where you have just too much body fat on you while at the same time not having enough muscle to show through it. This is the trap though that I see a lot of people fall for, because trying to cut down and lose all this fat won't make you look better and more muscular, but you can't bulk up either to build muscle because you're gonna get fatter for no reason and you're gonna look the same or worse. So in this video, I'm gonna break down the exact roadmap you need to dismantle the skinny fat trap. Something that combines research and science as well as personal experiences from me and the clients that I've worked with. That way you have a clear and simple path so that you can feel better, look better, but most importantly, be satisfied with the progress that you've made. Also, quickly before we start, I work with people one-on-one to help them to fix their skinny fat problem. The link is below to see how I can help you, and the exact plan that I use throughout this video is there as well. The first problem you face is that everywhere you look, people will say that you need to be in a calorie deficit to lose fat. So the first thing we need to talk about and fix is your diet. The problem with being skinny fat is a big calorie deficit won't work. Yes, it is the only way that you can lose fat, burning more energy than you eat, forcing your body to find that extra energy to fill this gap somewhere else. If you cut down too much, you will lose the body fat that is making you skinny fat, but you don't have enough muscle underneath to actually show when you're done. So you'd just be skinny with no muscle after you finish dieting. This is where we go through something though called body recomp, where we eat enough food to give us energy to train well and build muscle, but so that we can lose fat at the same time. How is that possible though? If you're eating the same amount of energy that your body burns, shouldn't you stay the same weight? With body recomp, you'd be eating at a calorie maintenance level, 5 to 10% above or below it. And by eating at a maintenance level, it'll slowly become a small calorie deficit and your body will start to use your body fat as energy to make sure that you can keep growing muscle. So that way we can build muscle and have it show while we lose fat. But if you're new to this and have never tracked calories, does that mean that you have to start doing it? Well, honestly, no. I didn't track calories for the first year and I did pretty well, all things considered. If you didn't want to do that, all I would say is that you just need to follow this plate guide. What I've found is that if you follow that, you'll consistently be close or you'll be eating at a calorie maintenance level. So if you want this with a list of foods that you could be using, that's in the description below. The only thing that I would say to focus on at this time is to make sure that you are eating enough protein. And if you don't want to track your calories, I'd be trying to get as much protein from chicken, steak, eggs. You want each portion of protein to be about the size of your hand. Or if you do want to track your calories and protein, you need to be eating 1.6 to 2.5 grams per kilo of body weight. That way we can make sure you're getting enough protein to build muscle. As long as you focus on eating whole foods 80% of the time, you're going to lose body fat and build muscle at the same time, regardless of whether you're tracking calories or not. And if I'm being completely honest, I'd prefer you not to track calories if you've never done it before, because we don't want this to feel like some rigid meal plan that you have to stick to 100% of the time to see progress. If it feels like that, it's not going to be something that you enjoy and it's not something that you're going to stick to for a long time. And so it's not going to be a long-term lifestyle change, which is what we want. That's only the first step though when it comes to fixing the skinny fat trap, because with diet, we obviously have to talk about training. For us to build muscle, we need to be in the gym lifting weights. When you lift weights, your body's sending a signal to your brain saying that it needs to grow your muscles bigger so that you can get better at lifting those heavy circles. And if we want to fix the skinny fat look, we need to build more muscle. That way, when you're losing fat, you're increasing how much muscle mass you have, so you're going to look more muscular the further you go and less fluffy. And so if we want to build muscle, there's a couple things we need to tick off to make sure that happens. The first step is to find a training program that you actually enjoy doing. We need something that fits into your day and doesn't take away from it. Exactly what I said before with our diet. We don't want you doing something you don't enjoy doing, because it's not going to be something that you can do consistently for a long time. And especially with muscle growth, we'll only see progress over long periods of time, not for the 2 weeks that you were super locked into the gym and then fell off the bandwagon and now you're just sitting on the couch. We don't want that. There is a 3-day program that comes with this body recomp guide in the description below, so make sure you look at that. But we need to find something that's going to have you enjoying training. If you're new to training, start slow. Maybe that only looks like going 1 or 2 times a week to see how you feel and recover from it. Then we can maybe progress you and get you going 3 days a week from there. Then we can ramp up and go 4 or 5 times a week as you progress. But don't start off straight away going every single day spending 2 hours in the gym, because that is how you burn burn out and stop going altogether. The next thing we want to make sure is that you're training close to failure when you are lifting these weights. Think when you finish a set, you should feel at about an 8 out of 10 for how hard it was. That way we can make sure that this signal our body gets to grow muscle is strong, and so that it's screaming at your brain that it needs to grow your muscles so that it can get better at lifting those big heavy circles. There's also a link in the description for a few more tips when it comes to your muscle growth. Just bite-sized little bits of information that you can use in your training to make sure that you're getting the most out of your muscle growth. It's one tip every day, they take less than a minute to read. But even though our goal is muscle growth, should we be doing cardio at the same time to help us lose fat? When it comes to how much energy we burn, the amount we burn from exercise only makes up about 5 to 10% of the energy we burn in a day. So while cardio may feel like you're doing a lot, it doesn't mean that it's significantly helping you to lose fat. Just because you're sweating doesn't mean it's the fat crying as it's leaving your body. However, if you like doing cardio, you can 1000% keep doing it. I'm not saying that. But if slaving away on a bike or a treadmill isn't your thing, I would not worry at all about it. The main thing that you should focus on when it comes to moving your body is that you're doing enough daily steps and keeping yourself physically active. A good range is anywhere from 7 to 10,000 steps a day. With that, you can help to improve your energy throughout the day. It can help you to absorb the nutrients from your food so that you can grow muscle better, and you're just gonna feel better physically overall. So if you're gonna do the bare minimum, at least make sure you're hitting your daily steps. That's the basics though of diet and training when it comes to fixing the skinny fat look. But how long will this actually take to see progress? In the beginning, for the first 1 to 3 months, you should really mainly focus on training. I wouldn't over-obsess over weighing yourself or over-obsess on weighing out every single food and making sure that you're eating perfectly, because having more muscle on your body is gonna help you lose fat later. So we should try and build as much muscle as possible at the start. So just focus on your training. That way we can build up motivation because we're seeing improvements and changes in the gym week to week. Not just from increasing the weight that we're moving, but to our energy and mood because we're being more physically active. And as long as you're fixing up your eating habits and trying to eat whole foods 80% of the time, in that first 1 to 3 months, you'll start to see progress in the mirror and you'll start looking a little bit less chub and a little bit more muscular. And that's only gonna help to motivate you even more to keep going. This was the transformation I made after 1 year, then 2, then 3. As long as you keep showing up day to day and ticking something off, whether that's going to the gym and training or just going for a walk for 10 to 15 minutes, you'll become more and more consistent and slowly see more and more progress. You don't have to wake up and consistently have the most perfect day. You just have to show up and do something with what you've got. As long as you can do those things when it comes to your diet and nutrition, you will escape the skinny fat trap. If you need the accountability to do that, the coaching cohort would be perfect for you. 1, because you'll get complete access to me and you'll get personalized meal plans and training programs to help you fix your diet and training. But 2, because I'm just gonna help keep you accountable and make sure that you're doing all the shit that you need to make sure that you can escape this skinny fat look. If you wanna work together, the link is down below. There is a 6-week money back guarantee there. So if you think I'm proper shit and you see no results in the first 6 weeks, just tell me, I'll refund you in full. If you're not quite there yet, that's fine. I'll win you over eventually. But you should click on this video because I explain all the mistakes I made when it comes to building muscle and what I would do differently to get the best results.